Hello and welcome to Trading 5 Talents. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my third week using the weeklyoptionslist.com algorithm curated list for cash secured puts. So I have a list here of all the tickers that were that passed through my personal filter using that list, and the ones that are in yellow are the ones that I actually traded, and the one that is in blue is I traded a similar version of this play, except it wasn't based off of the list. I actually entered that trade before I even saw it on this list. So let's take a look and we'll see how I filter the list, and then I'm going to go over some of these columns again just because I received a few questions as to what they actually were and where I got these numbers from. So let's take a look at the list from last week. All right, here's the list from last week. You can see the expirations are 3/4. So if we scroll down, you can see that there are 3,510 plays that are recommended from this algorithm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the amount of money that I am willing to spend for this week. And also I want to make sure that I don't have any earnings plays. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the ROI minimum is set to 2%. Because I want a trade that's worthwhile. The out of the money percentage, a minimum of 10%, and this is so that I can get a strike price that is further away or 10% away from the current trading price. And so you can see that the algorithm is ranking keeps the same rank, but what I'm doing now is I'm going to make sure that I don't have any volatility plays, any futures-based plays, or any leveraged products. So the first one is BRCC, and this was added to my list, and I'll go through each one and add that to my watch list for potential trades on Monday. So that's what this list is here. The first one you saw was BRCC, IRNT, GSAT, and so on. And I'm only picking the first recommended strike price if a ticker was listed multiple times. So in this case, just a single play on BRCC, a single play on IRNT. The strike price that is listed here is the algorithm recommended strike price. The chance of profit is something that I would find in Robinhood, and that's the broker that I use. So let me see if I can show you what that looks like. So market is closed right now, so I'm not going to get the exact same numbers that I'm showing here on the spreadsheet. But if you take a look at BRCC and we go to trade options, let's just go for next week's selling a put. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different, but if you selected the $16 put, right there, you see this chance of profit is 65.56%. So that is the percentage that I'm entering into this Google sheet. That's where I'm getting that number from. All right, the next column is a stock list price, and this is just the closing price of the stock on Friday. The actual stock price is the opening price, at least within the first 5 minutes of market open Monday morning. And so I put those in here because, again, sometimes there's gap ups or gap downs. And then also the premium that is listed on the website is right here. So basically these are premium close prices from Friday, and then the actual premium come Monday morning. One thing I did want to point out about this list as well is I stopped looking at the Russian-based stocks. So RSX came up as a high probability play, but I did not choose that. And same thing with YNDX, that's actually not tradable anymore. So I removed those from this top 10. Okay, so how did all of this turn out? Well, you can see the list premium versus the actual premium. So $1 down to 85 cents. This is one that I actually traded, and you can see over the course of the week, it went down, down, down. So that's exactly what you want from a short put. You want theta decay to eat away at the premium. Here, this one was relatively the same from Friday close to Monday open, $30 to $31. And then that one also, as we'll see, expired in the money. So some of these are just really small premiums. And so I would not have traded these just because the premiums are so small and you're wrapping up a lot of capital to get this premium. And then even so, even if it was worthwhile, the opening premium was only 1 penny. So that would have been a no-go for me come Monday morning. So $50 gaps down to $23, 3.5, again, really low. Here's one, 20 cents on Friday, but the premium gapped up to 48 cents or $48 per contract on Monday morning. So that would have been a good play. 45 to 33, 20 to 20, that stayed the same, 5 to 8, again, really low, and then 48 to 39, that's not too bad. So here's Monday's closing price in column H, Tuesday's closing price of the option, of the put option, and so on. If it is red, that means the closing price actually is higher than what it opened at. And then if it's green, the closing price is lower than what it opened at, because these are now more profitable because we're short on these puts. So we're selling these puts. So the more the premium goes down, the more money that, the more profit that we'd be showing. That's why if it goes down, it's green. If it goes up, it's red. And then Tuesday is relative to Monday, Wednesday relative to Tuesday, and so on. If there's no change, there's no formatting in this cell. Friday, close prices of the options. And then here in column M, these are close prices of the actual stock. So let me hide these so we can get a comparison easier. So let's hide those. So we have our stock closing price, our stock open price, and then of course we have our strike price. So because these are cash secured puts, the stock closing price needs to close above our strike in order for this to be considered a win. That is, you keep your full premium if you let it expire, and you also keep your cash. You're back in cash on Saturday, ready for another trade the following week. You can see out of these 10 trades that I chose, 6 of them are winners. 4 of them, they're not really losers because you're keeping your full premium. You just got assigned these shares if you entered these trades. So on BRCC, I received the full premium of, I sold it for 85 cents, I believe. I received that full premium, and then I was not assigned, so I got my cash back as of today. For open, I sold this, I think it was for 20 cents actually, and this expired below my strike. So my strike was $7.50. The stock was $6.88 by close on Friday. Therefore, I keep my premium, 20 cents, but I also get assigned the shares, meaning that I have to buy 100 shares at $7.50. All right, so that's the first half of the wheel. You sell your puts until you're assigned. And now come next week, I'm going to start selling calls against my 100 shares of open at or above my cost basis. And so I'll have to report on how that has been going. But overall, I collected, I think that this was, again, 85 cents of what I actually opened at, 85 cents, 20 cents. So that's $105 using this service. So that's awesome. Mara, as I mentioned, it's in blue because I actually traded, I think it was the 2150. Let me check really quickly. So this is my Trade 5 app. I've mentioned this previously on the channel. There's a link down in the description. But if we look up Mara, and I believe I did the 2150 right here, and I sold 2 puts on this at 2150, and I received $180 in profit. And you can see I exited at 90% max profit. So I sold it for $1 and I closed it for 10 cents. Again, 2 contracts, $180 in total profit. If my if my 2150 put expired or was profitable, then definitely the 2050 would have been profitable. And so you can see that, yes, indeed, it was a winning trade. So first week I tried this service, 7 out of 10 were winners. Second week I tried it, 8 out of 10 were winners. Third week I've tried it, 6 out of 10 are winners. So overall, this is still a very good strategy of using the wheel, but this service just offers the stocks on which to trade the wheel. And then of course you have to use your own judgment. Come Monday morning, you can't just pick whatever's at the top. Of course, you're going to have to filter and do your own diligence because you just don't want to enter everything that is being recommended. So with that said, let me go back over to the site. I want to show you something here. So if you click on performance on the website, you see this new graph here. This is kind of neat because all of the stocks that are listed have an algorithm rank. So the top ranked stocks are right here, and this axis, the y-axis, the vertical axis is the actual ROI. So the top ranked stocks are actually better ROI plays, and that's what I'm looking at. The last thing I want to mention is just a list of some of the feature requests that I have for this website. So here I'm at the list. I'm not logged in, so all of these plays are free. Here is one thing that I thought would be nice to have on this list, and that is a description of what this list actually is. Right now, it just says it's a free sample of weekly options list for this week, 50 medium ranked options. To see the full list, support. But what I think would be nice up here would be these are all recommended short put ideas with 5 days until expiration, or a list of cash secured put ideas for this week, something like that, so we know what these things are, because these could be call options, they could be put options. I mean, it doesn't say here, so I think a description up here would be nice. The second thing I think would also be a description of the strategy. So just because you have a list of options here, it doesn't necessarily tell you what to do with those if you're new to the site. So for example, the strategy to use this list would be to open a position on Monday morning, selling a cash secured put Monday morning, and either letting it expire or closing the trade once you're profitable. So it's something simple like that. Third feature I'd like to see is, because you're logged in, everyone ideally should have a user profile of some sort, and then we have a filter for a ticker. So for example, if we only wanted to look at DAL, you see DAL there. I think it would be nice to have a negative filter, because there are, at least me, I don't trade certain types of tickers, volatility, futures-based, leverage products. So if I can just save that list of all the things that I don't want to trade and I don't want to see on my list, that would be super helpful. So that's another feature request. All right, so what are we at? Number 4. I think it would be nice to have a total of how many trades there are in the list. So if this list was the actual list, I think it was 3510 for last week. I don't know how many are in this week, but that number is really just the rank of the play, or rank of the ticker in the algorithm. I think it would be nice to have a total number. So when we add in, for example, no earnings, the list shortens. Well, let's see if we can do this. If we add yes. So the list shortens, and so it should have a number that says 3. So you can see how much you're culling the list by as you add these certain filters. So it starts at 3510. You add earnings and it goes down to, 1,000. And you add these ROIs, these OTM percentages, and it goes down to even, like 20 or 15. So I think it would be helpful. I'm not sure how useful it would be to other people, but I guess I would just like to see how many I am filtering out with these different filters. All right, number 5, I think it would be helpful to have a column/filter for delta. That's something that I use very frequently for selling puts, and I'm sure other traders who trade the wheel use that as well. So we do have a percentage out of the money. I guess we can use that in lieu of delta, but I think a delta filter would be nice. Or you have a whole bunch of filters and you've got some other type of parent filter that a user can simply just click on, and it allows us to choose our own filters or our own columns in this list. Again, those are just feature requests. I'm not sure if the developer is going to be seeing this. It's just something that I think I'd like to see. And maybe these have already been requested and these are in development. I'm not sure. I just thought I would mention it here as I am still doing a review of this site and the service. But overall, the last 3 weeks have proved very profitable using this list. And if you have any questions, then go ahead and leave a comment down below of how I use the weeklyoptionslist.com. And I'll try to answer it as quickly as possible. You can also ask me on Twitter at Trading5Talents. The link to this list, the link to my app, the link to the developer's Twitter account, and also my Twitter account, they're all down in the description if you want to check these out. In the meantime, go ahead and click on the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on how I'm using the wheel strategy for lifestyle trading. And until next time, trade wisely and take care.